You're
Okay,
not.
good. Hi ladies, Rosh Chodesh Sameach. How are you? Nice to see you. Please turn off your cell phones. We don't want any distractions. Tonight, I wanted to relate to the parasha we're going to read on this coming Shabbat. Shabbat, we're going to read Parashat Korach. I'll start with a story, something really, interesting, and I'll ask you a question. Many years ago, there was this country that was divided to many counties, okay, provinces. So once a year, the governors of all these counties would meet and talk about all the matters that concern the state, okay? The administration, what should they do, how would they collect taxes, all kind of issues that they have to deal with. So in one of the meetings, one of the years, a governor of a very small county told them, his friends, that he has a Jew lives in his county that can forecast the future. He has such strong ability of prophecy that he can tell people what's going to happen in the future, what's going to happen to them. Now, the head of all the governors, his name was Peter, and he was bothered. Why this governor of a small county boasts around about this Jew that lives in his place? So he tells him, you know something? First of all, I cannot believe that a Jew has such powers. But you know something? Let's test him. Bring him next time to one of the meetings, and I want to test him and see if he really knows how to forecast the future. So he was really thinking, this Peter, how to trick him, how to put him in a trap, and how to show off that this Jew doesn't have any special abilities, any special powers, any special wisdom, or prophecy, or whatsoever. And for the next meeting, when they were supposed to meet that Jew, he equipped himself with a gun. He came with a gun. So they all come, and they asked him to come and see, if he could tell them what's going to be. And this Peter comes with a question. He tells him, please tell me. He tells him, when is going to be the day that you're going to die? This is what he's asking the Jewish person. Wow. Now, what is this Jewish person is going to answer him?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
Well, he has abilities. He tells him that he knows, and now what's going to tell him, I don't know. So this Jew was thinking a second, and then told him, the day that I'll die, the day that you die.
Oh, wow.
The day that this Peter is going to die, that's going to be the day of my death. That's what he told him. So, the Peter wanted to outsmart the Jewish man. He wanted to tell him, if you're going to give me a certain date, let's say next year, so I'll take the gun and I'll kill him and I'll tell everybody, he doesn't know anything. Here, I just killed him, he died. What is he going to tell me about next year? But now that he told him, the day that you're going to die, I'm going to die, what happened now? He couldn't, he was afraid to kill him. The other governors telling him, come on, no, let's go. They started to encourage him. Do whatever you wanted to do. And he was afraid. He didn't want. Why not? Why he was afraid all of a sudden to kill the Jew?
Maybe it was true.
Huh?
Maybe it was true.
Till now he believed that this Jewish person can never forecast. They are not smarter than him, and he cannot. But now, a different thought came into him. maybe there is a truth in the fact that this Jewish man can forecast the future. And if this Jewish guy dies, so he's going to die too. And that's what he didn't want to do. Because everyone has this strive to live. That's the most important instinct that we have. How you call this quality by people when they are believing something and they act according to this?
A cult.
It's called self-interest. They're biased. When people are biased, they will do all kind of stuff. That's what happened to Korach. Korach, everybody, all the Mefashim say that he was so smart. He was very honored man in Am Yisrael. How come he did such a stupid thing and he came and he rebelled against Moshe Rabbeinu? Not only that he rebelled against Moshe Rabbeinu, he made all the other Jewish nation rebel against him. He was the prophet that took them out of Egypt. He showed them so much miracles. He speaks in the name of Hashem. And this Korach comes and talks against Moshe and makes other people believe in him and not in Moshe Rabbeinu. The problem, all the problems started with a small little thing. Moshe Rabbeinu had to appoint a certain guy to become the Nasi of Shevet Levi, the president of the tribe of Levi, and that bothered Korach. He thought, if anything, it was to be him that needs to be appointed to become the president of Shevet Levi, not Elitzaphan ben Uziel. And this little bug that came out of his heart, out of his inside of him, okay, started to bug him, started to bother him, started to this jealousy that he had towards this Elitzaphan bothered him so much that drove his mind crazy, and he started to think what he can do to gain control against Moshe Rabbeinu. Many times we're biased. We don't pay attention, but if we really think deeply, okay, to what really motivates most of our actions, if we're really true with ourselves, okay, that's our avodah. That's what we have to work about. So I'll give you a few scenarios that happens every day to all of us. For example, a woman came to speak with a rabbi. A woman with her son. Her son is 25 years old, looking for a shiur. And she keeps telling the rabbi, I cannot find a shiur. I cannot find the right girl. He's such a good man. He's talented. He is beautiful. He is working. He has money. He has this. He has that. And I cannot find this perfect woman for him. The rabbi started to talk to him. Apparently, this boy was engaged with a girl a year before. And this relationship, okay, the mother didn't like it. And she put a stop to it.
The boy's mother.
The boy's mother put a stop to this relationship, and since then they're not engaged anymore. He confessed that they do talk to each other. He's still connected to her, emotionally and everything. And this is the reason he cannot really go out with other girls. He cannot open himself to other girls. The mother thinks that it's for her son's benefit that she prevents this marriage. She thinks she does the best for her son because he's entitled to a better girl, to better qualities. She does not have to cook. She does not have to honor her. She maybe so not beautiful, and so on and so on and so on. But when we go deep inside, what motivates this woman? There was this different scenario. A family had two beautiful children, boys. Okay? Happened to be that the second one, the little one, was much more smarter. He was much more successful. He got better grades in school. He was much better involved with his friends. In every way, he was much more successful than his brother, and it bothered the older brother. So in the beginning, he would try to get the attention of his parents, of all kind of actions that he would do when he saw that he doesn't get the attention. So he started to bother his little brother. He started to trip him off and to beat him and to fail him and to do this problem and to do that problem. And the parents are, how can you do that? You're not this. He gets now negative attention. But he gets at least some kind of attention. We have to think. Sometimes little kids, they show us from their action what they're lacking. They wanted some attention. And then happened to be some time that, and I read it, that this boy, the older one, got sick. And he was admitted to the hospital for some tests. And he was there for several weeks. And this is the best time of his life. Because his parents were by him. They spent so much quality time together. He got all the attention that he wanted. And he felt in heaven. This was his best time. Okay? Another scenario. Husband and wife. Very, very classic. Married for a few years already, and everything is normal with them, like looks like. But her friends told her, you try to play hard to get so that he will appreciate you. So she is not so easy. And he gets hurt because man has pride. He gets hurt. And he tries to avoid being at home. He makes himself busy at all kind of business meetings and all kind of stuff, and he's not coming. And it bothers her, like, how come he's not home? This kind of circle that keeps continuing between this couple. They both went on very, very high, climbed on a very, very high tree, cannot go down. She doesn't want to come down because he needs to appease her, he needs to run after her, take care of her. He feels that if he's going to lower himself and bend towards her, he's killing his. And this is how it continues on. What motivates them? Pride, basically, arrogance. They don't want to give in, both of them. Okay. Next. So we can continue with all kinds of examples like that, but you can see already what do I mean when we speak about being biased. Let's do a psychology analyzing thing now. When somebody has a problem and he wants to get to certain kind of conclusions, okay? How does it work? Can he really get to the right result, to the right 100% conclusion? Let's try to work on this. Let's say a person smokes, a man smokes. And he's a very heavy smoker. He starts having chest in his pain when he goes to sleep at night. He went to the doctor. The doctor told him, you have to be careful, you have to quit smoking. It's not good for you, it's not healthy. So he tells himself, okay, I'm going to work on myself, I'm going to stop smoking. The first day, he's not smoking. But then, he asks himself, if I'll smoke only one cigarette, will it be so bad? Will it be so dangerous? Will it be so not healthy to me? No, one cigarette is not a problem. So he takes one cigarette. He smokes one. An hour passes, and then he asks again, if I'll take another one, it's only one, or what could it be? And he smokes another one. And this is how he continues smoking and then he says to himself, well, I did smoke so many till now, I'll have pains tonight anyway, and no point quit smoking today, I'll start tomorrow. This is how it continues working, by us all the time. For women, it could be diet, exercise, right? You want to work on yourself. You want to say, okay, I don't want to speak Lashon Hara, let's say, or diet. I'm not going to, I won't say it next to food, but exercising. You say to yourself, okay, if I won't do it, if I'll eat that piece of cake, if I'll do, it's not going to be the end of the world, okay? The question is, why do we act this way? How does it work in our brain that we come to this kind of wrong conclusion? So, the explanation is something interesting. Every human being, he has the brain, he has his will, okay, or his desires, or you can call it also qualities, depends if he works on his qualities, and senses. Above all this, he also has the me, myself, the ego, okay? Now, the brain, the will, and the senses, they all serve the me, myself. In this kind of a situation, the argument is between the brain and the desire. The brain says, okay, not to smoke. The desire says, it's not the end of the world. And so, what's stronger, the brain or the desire?
Desire.
The truth is that it looks like the desire is stronger. The fact is that a person comes back to smoking again and again. But no, the brain is stronger.
If you train it.
The brain is stronger. A person that his desire is very strong, even though his desire is very strong, he will say to himself, just another one, just another one. You see a lot of people that are sick, people that have diabetes, people that have all kind of problems with the heart, people that are paralyzed. They keep drinking, they keep going back to drinking alcohol or eating sugars and eating all kind of sweets. That's not, it's dangerous for them, it's not healthy for them. But they keep doing it. They don't know that it's not healthy for them. They know. They're aware. They're aware of the fact that it's not good for them. And they continue doing it. Boris was this guy. He was 45 years old, very, very heavy smoker. And the doctor told him, quit smoking, it's not good for you. He was already admitted to the hospital. He was hospitalized, and they started to take care of him. He calls his mother and tells his mother, please buy me cigarettes. The mother is, well, were you crazy or what? He tells her, listen, it doesn't, everybody eventually are going to die. So it doesn't matter 1 day less or 2 days less. Let me enjoy life that I still have. Let me, this is how he convinces, this is how the brain tries to convince the body to do whatever it wants.
That's what we call Yetzirah.
Right. Now, why a person is trying to convince himself just one cigarette? Why? Why just one cigarette? Because this is how the evil inclination is working on us. Let's say we have a huge, very, very advanced computer, and we fill it up with all kind of data. We put it 99% data into that computer we put in. What is going to be the results of this 99% data that we put in? Is going to be a truth result or a false one? According to the 99%, will come out some kind of result. But if we put 1 more percent, which is going to be, let's say, a different data inside, it could change at all the result of the computer, of the thing. It depends what kind of data you put inside. So, the brain is very smart. So, so what it asks the person is, will 1 cigarette influence or affect so much my health? The truth is that 1 cigarette does not affect so much the health of a person. 1 cup of wine doesn't, sometimes it's healthy. Look at they say French people are very healthy because they drink wine. So it could be okay, it could be fine. But it doesn't put all the details inside. Doesn't ask if one cigarette will lead to another one, and this one will lead to another one, and to another one.
Everything in moderation.
נכון? So we have to put the right questions inside. We, being aware, we don't put the right data inside because we don't want to get the right answers. This is how the brain does control us. So, how you know that it's true? We're going to ask a person, did you put all the details inside? All the data? Usually a person gets upset when you ask him this kind of question. This is when you know that you touched the right man. This is when you know that he's not truth with himself. There was this father that had two daughters. This is a story that Harav Shvadron, he wrote it, Harav Shabtai Yudelevich passed away already. 70 years ago, okay? There was this father, 70 years ago in Yerushalayim. There was this father, had two daughters. One daughter was a very good girl, humble, tzanua, nice girl, got married with this religious guy, was ben Torah, was learning Torah all the time, and built a nice home together. The father, he didn't like so much the fact that his son-in-law is a ben Torah. Sits and studies all day long Torah. He didn't like it because what kind of fame do I get from this? I need an honored man. I need somebody with degree. I need. So he was looking for the second girl. He was looking for somebody that has a degree, a doctor, a lawyer, something. So he was looking and he was looking, and he find his daughter a doctor. But for this thing, he needs to pay a lot. The dowry usually is very, very heavy for this kind of son-in-law, and he started to work very hard and to save money in order to marry his daughter with his doctor. So he found at home, 70 years ago we're talking about, he found at home an old tea kettle. Okay? He sealed the top of it, made kind of a hole to put only money inside, and every time he puts money inside, they tighten the belt, decrease all kind of expenses. They don't eat meat anymore. They don't eat all kind of sweets anymore. Even fruits they don't want to buy anymore. Why? Everything is dedicated to marry this girl to this doctor. Baruch Hashem, after a while he was able to save some money, and he married his daughter to this doctor. He was happy, she was happy, everything was okay. Sometime later, his wife passed away. He stayed alone. Being alone, how long can you be alone? After a while he says, okay, maybe I'll go and spend some time with my family. He thought, should I go to the older girl? She has 10 kids already right now. House is busy, crazy, no room in the house, probably everything is so tight, everything is so... I'll go to the second one. I invested so much in her, why not? He goes there, they accept him very nice. Hospitality was gorgeous. They brought him home. She prepared magnificent kind of food, 4 courses, special. The table was filled up with expensive dishes, sets, whatever, all kind of manners on the table. Thank you. Can you pass this? Yes, thank you. Whatever, like in English. And everything was beautiful. They prepared for him then a nice bedroom, equipped with all what he needed, with all kind of accessories and all kind of stuff. Everything. He felt so good with himself. He went home, and after a long time, he slept a nice, deep, sweet sleep that he had. He felt so good with himself. Next day he gets up in the morning, and house was empty because his son-in-law, he went to work. He's a doctor, and the girl, his daughter, she went shopping. What does a doctor's wife do in the springtime? Shopping. The house was empty. There was nobody there. And so he was alone. So he was waiting and waiting until they all come. In the evening again, the supper and everything. This time the supper was not so magnificent like the previous night. Very ordinary food, very basic stuff, nothing special. He goes to sleep. The next day he gets up again. Again, the house is empty. Nobody's there. It starts to bother him. What he's going to do all day long? Nobody's there. And in the evening, he feels already some kind of negative tension in the house. They don't like so much the fact that he's there. He feels bothered. He feels not wanted, not welcome, and he doesn't know what to do with himself. The wife looks this kind of looks at the husband looks this kind of looks at the other, and he doesn't like it. So even though it was cold outside, even though it was rainy and it was windy, he decided that he packs up his stuff and he leaves. Doesn't even know where to leave, but he couldn't stand being there. He left. Where should he go? Maybe I'll go to my older daughter. He goes there, he knocks at the door. Grandfather is here. A house is full of kids. Everybody's jumping on him. They're so happy to see him. Right away, he changes clothing. They gave him a cup of tea. He drinks a cup of tea. Food wasn't gorgeous there. He just ate some bread and herring. That's what they had for supper. And they cleared for him the most comfortable bed that they had at home. And he went to sleep. He felt good. In the morning, he gets up. Everybody, all the kids are around. I guess it was, I don't know, winter vacation or something. Everybody is around, and they ask him questions, and he tells them stories. And whoever needs to do some homework, do the homework with him. They go, they come. The house is so alive, and the feeling is so warm, and it feels so good over there. And so, yes, and for lunch, he did prepare some kind of hot food, his daughter, but basically he felt very good because the kids were always home and they were always giving a lot of respect to the grandfather. He felt very, very welcome there. Shabbat comes. The house is, the house is full of lights for Shabbat. Atmosphere is so calm. Everything is so pleasant. His daughter is lighting candles. He sits in his chair and he gives a long and heavy sigh. And the kids and the mother, what happened? Something wrong? Can we help you? Do you don't feel comfortable? Something like that? Can we help you with something like that? And he's like, no, I was just thinking. I used to have this tea kettle. And I think that I put it in the wrong place.
Wow.
This, a person that admitted that he thought wrong about this concept of Torah, concept of religious life, his daughter, his daughters, where to invest, how, and so on. So, B'ezrat Hashem, let's pray to Hashem that we're going to really be true with ourselves and think deeply what motivates us, because it's so easy to get to the trap and to be where Korach was, and we don't want to be there. And B'ezrat Hashem, no machlokot, just good days, just unity in Am Yisrael. B'ezrat Hashem, Mashiach so quickly. Thank you so much.
Amen.
Okay.